Welcome guys to another ProfileTree video. So today we're going to be covering the best portfolio website builder. Now I do understand there are a few different website builders and it can be a little bit overwhelming to pick the right one. So hopefully this video here helps to guide you and pretty much set a foundation for you to pick on. So we'll go ahead and get started. So choosing a website builder. Now you got to make sure that when you're choosing the right one, you compare them. So my first point here is, of course, when you're comparing websites, there's a few things to consider for the goal of your website. If your end goal is to have a sleek professional online store, then you would want to look into e-commerce tailored websites such as Shopify. Or you've also got other website builders such as Wix, or you've got GoDaddy, Squarespace, some of those ones. Now, for those looking a simple yet attractive build, like what we're doing now for a portfolio website, so of course it could be a blog, a basic site, then you should look into a website builder that has an easy to use interface, a well-designed templates, and also be sure to keep an eye out for drag and drop features, as these would be the easiest, especially for those starting off. This completely skips the use of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So that means you don't have to have some technical knowledge to understand how to actually build a website. Now, for those who are more knowledgeable within the digital industry, such as URL redirect services, file managers, FTP managers, or MIME types. Now, having these features, of course, allow you to have complete control over the internal structure of your site. So, more customizable, of course, if you are technological. So, for those looking for software and scripts, of course, be sure to look for website builders with PERL or Perl support and website backup support as well. So that's the most important one. So now what we want to do is have a look at some of the platforms that are potentially the winners for you guys, or some of the ones that are available to us. So starting off, we've got Wix, which is a very powerful website builder without being too overwhelming. Now this comes with plenty of templates, great customer support, and I would say that this is a top choice for beginners or even pro web builders. So do consider Wix. It is a very, very great website builder, and it has been tested. Next up in line, we've got Squarespace, and it's one of the popular and best website builders. It has a load of useful features that can be handy for the user. It can take a while to learn in terms of location and menus and features, but overall, this builder is a cross between a drag and drop and a point and click editor. Still a great platform to use, of course, since we've got the drag and drop editor, and you can also point and click. So drag and drop basically means grabbing an element into the actual editor, and then the point and click is where you can manage it. So just like change the text, change how the layout is, pretty much this, just like that. Next in line, we've got GoDaddy, which is great for first timers, requires zero technical skills, and all you need to do is answer a few questions about what your website's about and what the purpose of your website is. Now, you can choose a template you like and go from there. Unfortunately, GoDaddy doesn't really offer many design options, and being a pretty much an editor where you can just click and it'll adjust it there, and it's more of a drag and drop editor, there's not really much design options. Next, we've got Jimdo, which helps you create a personalized site with photos, tailored text, as well as other details that fit your industry or, of course, company. in about 3 minutes. So this would also be great for ones that want to build a portfolio website, just simply because you can create a site within the 3 minutes. So this site builder would be used for musicians, photographers, or so on. People who want to share stories and inspiration, primarily a regular website. Now, we've got lastly there Zero, which is a website builder that we've seen has the lowest prices in terms of plans. But of course, there is a catch. To take advantage of the low cost, you need to agree to a 4-year contract. After that, you'll get a choice of more than 100 free templates to get started, and designs. Designs are great, but they do rely a lot on hero sections or hero images to nail the designs. Again, this is a drag and drop editor and has all the elements you need to build a website. So now we're looking into the next point here, which is the pros and cons for each website builder. Now, before we move on to the pros and cons, of course, I just want to discuss the fact that there are other platforms that you can use or other website builders that you can use for your site. So just take this video into consideration for a foundation, especially if you're still shopping around for what's best for your site, of course. I've just listed out that these are probably the better ones, especially if you are a person that's creating a portfolio website and you sort of just want it to be quick and snappy. Then some of these would be the option to go for. Coming up first, we've got Wix, which has a huge list of templates, has a very versatile editor, has great documentation and support, and offers a free version to test the service. So that's our pros. Our cons is it can be confusing with the amount of editors. You have some basic SEO features, and the designs aren't as responsive as you'd like them to be. And unfortunately, you can't switch templates once you've picked. And just to get a insight to what Wix is, we'll go ahead and quickly explore what the actual website builder looks like. So here in front of us, we've got the Wix website builder. Now, there are a few different templates that you can go through. Of course, some of these are the examples here. And especially if we are creating a portfolio website, and if I search a portfolio, I can click on that category and it'll list me out some of the templates that we can use. So of course, one for artist, photographer, an illustrator, and a couple more within the photography section and illustrator as well. Even have one there for a videographer, and you can choose one for a branding portfolio. Some's for school projects, commercial photographer, food photographer. Now, as mentioned, there are several different templates that you can choose from, and it's just regarding to yourself what exactly you want to pick out in terms with the templates. Now, you can go ahead and create blank templates. You can see as well that the interface is very easy to use. Everything is listed in front of your face pretty much, and you've got like all templates, blank templates, and of course we've got the collections area where we can view the new templates and the most popular. So next, what I want to show you is what the actual editor looks like. So this is how it looks. It's a drag and drop and point to click pretty much website. So here's me clicking on this vector art. I'm able to change the vector art. I can choose the design, and I can even choose animation. And if I double click on the text, I can go ahead and change it. So there's me saying change, and I can revert back. Now, reverting back is easy enough. You've got tools here to undo and redo. You've got tools there to help you out with the font sizing, the height, the width of the box. Section here as well for our elements section, pages and menu, and site design. So overall, it's a thumbs up for how the interface is pretty much very user friendly and very beginner friendly as well. So this would be one of the top recommendations to create a portfolio website. Okay, so moving on, we've got Squarespace, and the pros for this is that it's a modern, stunning website. It's got, modern, stunning website designs. It's very user-friendly within the editor. It's got a good number of apps for added functionality to the site. AMP formatting, limited availability labels for e-commerce. Now for cons, it lacks the customization freedom, so designs can vary. It's fairly expensive for what it is compared to other website builders, and it's got limited customer support. So again, just so we can get an insight as to what Squarespace looks like, we'll go ahead and review what the templates are and what even the pricing plans of it is. Okay, so here is the actual menu of Squarespace itself. As you can see, you can make any template. It's all there for you, and it's pretty much just about scrolling and finding one that's within the portfolio range. Of course, we had photography. We can have personal and CV, so you may be able to find one that matches. And of course, we can build our own template if we wanted to. So previously that they did have a use blank template within the area of this filter box, but now it looks like we can build our own template using this. So straight away, the navigation and the interface of Squarespace can be a little bit confusing, especially if you're starting off. Regardless, it is still a great website builder. And if I go ahead and demonstrate for you, here is one of the templates that I've selected. So of course it's not really a portfolio website, but it can be adjusted, and you can pretty much, here's one there where I've clicked on it and then I can drag it around as well. So I've got those options for me. Now I can go ahead and remove barbecue if I wanted to and just have is life. And I can revert back as well, which is great. We've got some undo and redo buttons, and then here's one there where you can drag it. As you can see, we get these little blue markings behind, and we've even got some animation, which is scrolling, which is something that you don't get within Wix. So the only difference that I can see from this one is that there is no coding. Of course, with Wix, it allows you to code, but if you have things like this, then pretty much this could be a potential for your website, especially if you're creating a portfolio, you want it quick and snappy, then I would recommend to use Squarespace. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about the pricing plans. Now, we'll do a comparison between Squarespace and Wix just to give you a guidance. So here is some of the pricing plans that they have. So of course we would want to focus on a non-e-commerce plan. So here we have the personal plan, which comes at around £12 per month, and I can go ahead and start a free trial. The free trial lasts around 2 weeks or 14 days. So that's what's great about Squarespace as well. Now what's included is that you get mobile optimized websites, templates to fit every need, and also a free custom domain. And that's something that Wix can't really offer. However, there is a big jump within the pricing plans. So if we go ahead and take a look at the plans for this, so we'll go ahead and go back. So we'll have a look at the website plan, and as you can see, the cheapest one there is £4. You get a custom domain. However, you don't get a free plan for this one for the year to own that domain. It also has some Wix ads. However, it has a free SSL certificate. It's got 1 gig of bandwidth, which actually has increased from last time. It used to be 500, and now it also has 500 megabytes worth of storage space. Now, the next one there is coming at £7.50 a month, which is giving you a custom domain. You've got the domain for a free year, removes the Wix ads, and you get an SSL certificate, as well as some video hours, lead capture forms, and fields performed. Straight away, you could see the difference between the pricing plans and the actual benefits of choosing that plan. So just be careful when picking out your website builder and just knowing which one would be the right one for you. So our next one here is GoDaddy, and the pros for this is that it's got a 24/7 customer support, so that's pretty much prioritized. You get great value for introductory plans. So if you're starting off, you've got some great deals for plans for your monthly or per annum. And then it also uses an artificial design intelligence to create a quick site. Now, the cons to this is that it has limited app market. So that means that your website can't be as functional as you want it to be. It also has very limited customization, and it's pricey with the add-ons. So just again to give you an insight of what GoDaddy looks like, we'll go ahead and take a look. So here we have it. Here are some of the templates that you can use. Now there are a few different categories, of course, and you can also look through the personal and blog, and you could potentially find a portfolio that's suited for you. Now, it is a bit limited, unlike Squarespace and Wix, so our options are a little bit more limited with GoDaddy. However, with what we're getting for how fast of a website builder it is, I think it's good enough. On top of that as well, so here's another website that we've got. This is pretty much a click and go website, and there's not really a lot of customization available. So if I want to go ahead and add a section, I can go ahead and do so, like logos and badges. And to publish this website isn't hard at all. You would just go into settings and select publish. Now with the website as well, I can add pages by simply clicking add page. I can either have a link to the external website, a drop down menu, an area where I could show this page within the footer, have it as a private page or a navigation page. Now, looking at the plans for this, we do see a better difference between Wix, Squarespace, and GoDaddy. Of course, we've got it at around a basic for £3.99 per month. So it's saying that within the 12 months, I will be paying $47.88 from today. Other than that, I think it is saying it's £7.99 per month. So we have, of course, your standard and your premium, and then your e-commerce. So it's up to yourselves to check out the features that's within the site itself, just to be sure that you're getting the pretty much just making sure that you actually get what you're getting for. So the best value for money. So yeah, pretty much just check GoDaddy out and just check the plans and make sure that this website builder is suited for your business or for your portfolio. Okay, so now we've got Jimdo here, and we've got for the pros a free image library. You can create a custom site within 3 minutes. You've also got personal website assistance, extremely easy to use. The cons though is that it's got no blog functionality, no app store to add or enhance functionality to the site, no backup for the site either, and you've got template restrictions. So as I said, I'm going to go ahead and show you the example of what Jimdo looks like. So here in front of us, we've got the startup for Jimdo. Now, it allows you whether you want to create a website with coding or no coding. Now, of course, that's a great way to introduce some professional web developers or some beginner developers. So it is open for both parties. Now, of course, if we click and select on the no coding required, and we'll wait for this to load up. So it'll ask you what sort of website we're gonna create. So it could be for an individual or a group of people. Now, of course, since it is just going to be for ourselves, since it is a portfolio website, it'll ask us another question here, what the website is for. So a personal project or event. You can choose a project or hobby, a project that might like to turn into a business, or my new business or professional project. Now, of course, there's one here, my established business or professional service. Now, we're going to go ahead and select that. Then it'll ask us to name the business project. For the meantime, we're just going to say portfolio. Now, this could be your name, of course. And then is one of these your listing. So it'll even ask you if some of these are your own. And then you could just click that you don't see your profile here. So these are some of the ones that are ranked already. So then portfolio, so model portfolio studio. And then, so what are the goals of your website? To showcase my work and to, yeah, pretty much to showcase my work. So I'm going to go ahead and select continue. Now, of course, if you have your own photos, you can go ahead and select them through here. But if, for the meantime, you don't have any photos of Facebook or Instagram, you can choose to skip this step. Now, then it'll ask you what your website is about. So just say photography. It's like a portfolio for your photography. Okay. And then it'll ask you the 6 different themes, which is modern, minimal, fresh, dark, natural, or elegant. I'm going to go ahead and choose something a little bit more modern. And then it should ask us the last question here, which colors we like best. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. So then it'll start creating the page now. So of course we would want a gallery, a portfolio, and about me, and possibly a contact as well. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. So it looks like I could pick the 3. So I'll just go ahead and continue. So now it's going to start loading up some basic templates here for us to use. So here's one there, and I can scroll through down. Or I can go ahead and choose to skip this step. So I can go ahead and say surprise me, and it'll give me a completely different one. And then of course this is some of the areas there where I can choose a domain. So if I am happy enough, I'm going to go ahead and select that and hit continue. And then this is of course where I would pay for a premium plan, and that's where you would go ahead and continue. So when you're happy enough, you can go ahead and say create a free website first, and then it'll build the website. So pretty much just like the other ones that we've previewed, it is pretty much the same as the rest. So it's pretty much acting like Wix. In a sense, you've got a easy enough to navigate website builder. You've got your design there, pretty much that's the site design. Then you have an area where you can edit your website. And as you can see, it's more of a point and click area where you can just double click this and change it. So to whatever you like. And then I can go ahead and preview it or get a domain name, as you can see. Now, if we take a look as well for the different templates that you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and select personal for the meantime. They have their own little templates as well. You can see that it is more minimalistic compared to the other website builders that we've viewed. However, it's still a great platform to build a website, especially if you're a beginner. I would recommend using Gemdo. So that pretty much covers this website builder. Okay, last but not least, we've got Zyro, and it is great for beginners. So these are some of our pros. Great for beginners. It has an SSL encryption, drag and drop editor, and it's very easy to use. Now, the cons for this is that you can't switch to another template once you've picked. lack of advanced features, and no real-time support for a free plan. Also, no access to code editing. So that's a couple of the downfall to using Zyro. So we'll go ahead and check it out and see what we're looking at. So here we are on Zyro. So this is by Hostinger. So I can go ahead and start for free. So basically I can log into a Google account, or I can go ahead and create an account if I wanted to, using of course, my email and password. And of course, if you already have an account with Zyro, you can go ahead and just sign in. So the process with this, if you go ahead and select Google, and then you would go through the process of actually using an account, of course. So we'll go ahead and go through the steps. So I'll be logging in. And as you can see, we've got a fully customizable like website templates, and they are a little bit more modernized, as you could see. So compared with the other few that we've seen, this is pretty much up there in terms of design. As I was on about as well, it sort of relies on hero sections or hero images to actually create a very fluid design for websites. Other than that, it's still really, really good. So if I go ahead and pick one here, let's see if we could try to search one up for maybe a portfolio, which is great. There's one there. And as you can see, there's a couple of options for portfolio. And then we'll go ahead and click on one, and we'll just see what we're looking at here. So we'll go ahead and preview this. Okay, and if you're happy enough, you can go ahead and start building. So we'll wait for this to load. Okay, and it even gives you a tutorial video. So I haven't actually seen that before. I've never seen any of other website builders that show the video tutorial. Of course, don't get me wrong, there are YouTube videos out there, but it's great to see one linked. And of course, you can take a tour if you wanted to. Now, looks very, very similar to Wix, as you guys could see. So if I had text, I can go ahead and drag them in. So let's just have a look. We'll add a section here. And as you can see, there's one there for about, gallery, contact form, one's even for footer, add images, Instagram feeds. Pretty much you've got the whole scenario there. And it is draggable, and you can drop it anywhere you'd like. You also have some snap-on areas as well, which is great to always have. And then, of course, you can give feedback and review for the layout. And if I select edit text, I can go ahead and change the font if I wanted to. So come to Millen. Let's have a look. So if we increase the font size to 64, I can go ahead and align that to the center as well, and even upload fonts as well, which is great. See if we could choose something a little bit better in terms of the actual font. Let's see what font they use for this. If we can select it. Okay, not too sure if we can. Okay, see, for the meantime, we'll go with Noru Sans, and we'll just go with that. And I can even change the color, which is great, to white. And I can even manage my gallery as well. So there's a couple of just different key things that you can do here. You change it to grid as well. So yes, it looks like you can add sections easily as well. So if I wanted to have, of course, a contact form, I can go ahead and do so. So it just pretty much works the same as the other website builders. And the only one that I can compare this to really is Wix. Almost has the same layout, of course. It's got like a content manager area or analytics. We've got add element. We've got pages navigation. So we could see some of our pages there, and then I can go ahead and drag them about, and I could create a drop down or a sub page if I wanted to within this area. So that's what's good about doing that. And I should be able to drag it or move out of the drop down, so that's one thing about it. And then I can hide this from navigation if I wanted to as well, and it even shows us which is hidden from navigation, so it's a little bit cleaner in terms of layout. So that's pretty much what Zyro looks like. It's a really easy website development tool, especially if you've got familiar with Wix or Squarespace, the likes of those, then Zyro shouldn't be any harder. I would also recommend this to beginners if you're starting off. It seems like a great website builder. So yes, that pretty much sums up some of the other website builders that we've looked at. But now I want to go ahead and show you guys that you're choosing the right builder or website builder for you. So we'll go ahead and jump back into the PowerPoint. So choose the best website builder for your site. Now we're going to go ahead and look at some of the key factors here. So of course, these are some of the important key features basically for what you want in a website builder. So first there, I've listed the fact that for mobile compatibility, many people browse the web. Mobile compatibility, of course, is very important, especially since most of our visitors would be using a mobile device to look through websites. And then luckily most of the website builders already have the mobile compatibility embedded, so you don't really have to worry about it. And even some as well, if you create the design within the desktop, it automatically creates a design for you as well within mobile optimization. Next in line, we've got hosting and domains, and when building a website, there's two other components needed other than design, of course, which is a website host and domain name. So that's the URL to navigate to your site. Now, many website builders offer all three services, of course, which again is the design, website host, and domain name. Now, if you already own a domain name and you want to use a different website builder, you'll have to migrate your domain name to the new platform. So an example of that is if you had bought a domain name from GoDaddy and you want to use it for Wix, you're going to have to migrate that domain over to that platform to make it work. Now, next in line, we've got pictures and video storage. Now, of course, this is very important for some website builders, especially if you're creating a portfolio. So website builders make it easy to upload pictures and video. So you have to be aware as well with your plan that you're choosing for the subscription that you're picking the right one that has a good amount of storage space, especially if you're going to put a lot of pictures and video into that website. And as well as that, some website builders offer free non-copyright images and videos, and that just helps you pretty much just to create a very fluid design website as well. So that's just to keep in mind. And next in line, we've got the business email. Most website builders come with the ability to create an email address with your domain name. However, some website builders charge extra to have this feature, so make sure you choose the right plan. And on top of that as well, make sure you choose the right website builder. SEO, of course, that's our last point. SEO analytics. Most use Google Analytics to assess traffic. Most website builders come with their own form of traffic analysis that's easier to follow for people. So just make sure that you are aware of the website builder's SEO before you actually jump in to paying for a subscription and then realizing that you'll not actually rank that high within some of the plans that they offer. So just something to be aware of as well. Overall, what could I say about the platforms? So basically, just be aware of the features or some of the points that that website builder has to offer. You got to make sure that, of course, you're picking the right one for your business, or even a regular website. So of course, with the portfolio, you're just going to be choosing a very, very cheap plan, simple plan, but you got to make sure as well that if you're going to make it for the public and you don't want ads to ruin your website, then don't choose that. Don't choose like a cheaper option per se if that plan offers ads to your website. Pick something that would benefit your website as well as yourself, especially if you're creating revenue from that site. So that's just a couple of key points to consider. Now, last thing is I want to go ahead and go through what you would want to add to your website. Now, this would occur as well for a portfolio site. Now you would want to have a logo, menu, login, and social media. Now the reason why I said login as well is if you're creating blogs and you want people to update people as well within that portfolio, you can go ahead and do so. This could be, let's just say you have your own like photography website and you're building a portfolio for some of your work. You want to update them in some of the meaning behind the picture, anything like that. Then having blogs as well will increase your SEO and ranking within a website, so that's why I would recommend to do so. Uh, Also having an option for visitors to have a login would just encourage people to view your website. They can get updated through emails if you pass it on. If they put their email address there, of course, then you can send them out emails in regards to some of the blogs that you created. That's just an example, of course. Then within a portfolio site, you would want to showcase your work, a bit about yourself. So this could be like paragraphs along with videos and pictures, of course, a heading and tagline background. Now, if you are having, say, we'll link back to a photography one, you're having some sort of sale within the shoots that you do, then you can add a promotional, add some galleries about that, add a contact form, pretty much whatever you can do to boost and increase your SEO for a portfolio website. So yeah. But other than that, that about wraps it up. Hopefully I've covered enough for you guys. Of course, then again, take this as a base for some of the amazing website builders out there. Try to use this as a guide. Of course, you may not be able to use some of the ones that I've showcased, but if you're able to use something that's more preferred for your website, by all means, go ahead. If I have missed anything, leave them down in the comment section below. But until next time, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much.